Welcome back. In today's video, we're looking at a quick match I played in the P-47M. So, a week or two ago, I had a viewer request that I played the P-47 for a video, and I've been kind of putting the video off until now, and it's not that I'm dodging them, but I just had a very tough time getting footage for this plane, because it is simply not good in today's meta. The P-47 is a master of patience and playing the long game, because you are supposed to spend a lot of time side climbing so you can fight at high altitude. P-47 used to be a solid plane like 3 or 4 years ago, but that's because in today's meta, like Era B is way different now than it was back in the day. The matches are way shorter, most people don't climb, and this just forces like lower altitude fights with large fur balls, which this plane is simply not equipped for. So in today's match, I just went ahead and picked a particularly good match that I played in P-47 while recording footage, and I'm deciding to make a short video on it. So starting off, we have a Focke-Wulf below us, and I'm contemplating diving down just because of how bad this roll rate is at high speed, but since he's not paying attention, I'm free to. Just before I pull off, I just get a quick shot and I take his wing off. The P-47 does, at least I have a hard time aiming 50 cals. It's, I don't know, the roll rate's sluggish. I'm not the best at aiming wingman to 50 cals. The guns are really far apart. I think that's just a me problem. So I start off by just running away from the 109. There's no points in staying in the fight. There's plenty of enemies coming in, and I'm not going to be able to deal with all of them. So the 109 breaks off, and now I'm just kind of zoom climbing back up to gain my altitude. This plane really needs its altitude. If it doesn't really have an altitude advantage going into a fight, then you're not going to win most fights. Unless it's like an isolated duel. Isolated duels in this plane are actually like pretty decent. This plane is very good at those. However, if as soon as a second enemy joins the fight, it's just not easy. This plane doesn't get energy very fast. It's fast in a straight line, but yeah, the acceleration is just sluggish, and that's a very common occurrence you'll see with this plane. This plane is very sluggish at pretty much everything. So right now I'm just kind of cooling off my engine. This was the game that I didn't use mech in, and it was not a good idea. This plane, especially just P-47s in general, they benefit the most out of any plane from using mech, and I should have been using it. If you don't use it, then your engine will overheat a lot, especially in the later models like the D28 and the M. But yeah, mech is very important. So I'm now going head on with the 190. I don't really want to take it, so I just dodge to the left, just over his guns. I try and reverse, but he ends up diving away. He has plenty of speed, and I'm not going to be catching him. I'm just kind of taking some shots from far range. 50 cals have plenty of range, but yeah, none of them hit. But now more Focke-Wulfs are coming in, and I just need to prepare for merge, because this plane is very hard to dodge in. So I go down, and then I reverse my turn as soon as he starts shooting. Just dodge. He turns back into me, and if he keeps his turn up after I merge again here, then I'm going to be able to get a shot. However, he starts running, and I'm just not going to catch him. The P-47 doesn't have the acceleration to catch, and now my engine's really starting to overheat. And a 190, another one, comes in out of nowhere, and my only choice right now is to go straight down, gain speed, and just start rolling around his gun sight. Luckily, he will overshoot. Just dodge his guns there, pull back up, and I can just start kind of taking a couple pot shots. Now I have to pay attention to my 6 again, and I am in a very tough spot here because I'm surrounded by enemies that are higher than me, and I'm at low altitude, so I don't have much speed to work with. The 109 chooses me, and luckily this plane does have pretty good dive performance. It gets speed quickly, at least in a shallow dive. So I use that, and I dodge vertically with the speed I have, and I set up for a reversal on the 109K, but I just can't get the shot. And now I'm just kind of just looking around, making sure there's no one else diving on me. And I just want to get out of here now. With my overheating engine, a lot of enemies around that are higher than me, I don't want to stay in this fight. Luckily the 109 pulls off of me, and he gives me a bit of energy to climb away. The 109 now pitches back in, but he's actually going for the Corsair. So I'm able to follow here. I'm not going to be catching this 109 for a very long time though. But this does allow me an opportunity to cool my engine off. Looking around because I heard my AI. Me264 shows himself. He's not the biggest threat right now. Make sure you guys check your 6, by the way. You're going to see here in a second that checking your 6 is very important, because nothing that's directly behind you appears on the minimap until it's too late a lot of the time with Gaijin's game mechanics. It can be very annoying, but you can get rid of that by just being aware in general. And so you can see there, I wouldn't have seen the 109 unless I looked directly back. And now I have enough speed to go for a reversal here. And this plane is actually pretty good at prop hanging, so I'm going to be able to get a single shot before I stall. Luckily, he doesn't really have enough energy to dodge, and he flies directly into my guns, and I get an engine fire, excuse me. Pretty good reversal, pretty solid. And the 109 is now dead in the water, no engine. And I have plenty of speed to dive away before he gets guns on me, and he will be going down shortly. Now I have to go help the Corsair out with the 109 that's on a 6. And there's not really saving this Corsair. Even if he doesn't die immediately from the 109, he will eventually die because his engine is just screwed. So I'm spraying from a bit of range. The 109 is not really paying attention. I take him out, and now I have to climb because there are 2 Focke-Wulf 190Ds coming in. I go a bit to the side just to kind of give myself a bit more time before they both get here. And if the 190 had went for me here, it probably would have been very bad. However, he waits, and this allows me to get just enough altitude to fully be able to separate from him. And right now, I'm just kind of trying to group the 2 190s together, because if I use my energy to make one dodge and make them do the same maneuver, then that's much more energy efficient for me. Luckily, the 190, for some reason, pitches up with a damaged engine, even though he has no right to, and give me a very free kill. Now I pitch up for the 190 over his nose, and he runs away, which is the smartest option because I do beat him in a dogfight, especially with an energy advantage. And yeah, he's just going to be running. And after some time of spraying him down, he has to dodge, waste energy. I also am slightly faster than him on the deck. I end up catching him, and since I'm close enough now, I should be able to kill him when I take his wing off. And now I have to pay attention to the Do 335 above me, and I'm a bit too slow, and so I just have to pray that he doesn't hit me. Luckily, the Do 335 doesn't have the best high-speed control. Well, it does, it's just kind of sluggish. I end up just getting a reversal, but I only hit his wingtip. I'm going to be able to go up here because the P-51 is covering me. And now it's just a cleanup. Unfortunately, our tickets are very low, and they do end up running out. And that is going to be game. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a bit of a short video today, but it was just hard to get footage for this plane. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.